I swear I'm still gonna use that though. I'm gonna have to play around and see what works. But I know I want my fantasy.
He came and joined. Say hi, Pistachio. It's my favorite when he comes and lays with me. Oh, yeah. This is what my view is like every morning because they get like what we call window time because I don't like the windows open at night when I go to bed because it makes me feel like people are watching me. Peach. I feel like I never put Peach in my videos, but she's not as cuddly as Pistachio is, so she's not always like laying beside me like Pistachio is. No ma'am, you know, no, not to go back there. But yeah, bibis. Hello, my beautiful, wonderful people. I should probably actually intro this vlog. And two major things happened in my life last week. But one thing is one of my family dogs passed. Her name is Diamond. This is what she looked like. She's very cute, very sweet. We were not expecting her to go so soon. She had skin cancer, but also had recently developed colon cancer. And we decided to put her to sleep after her chemo. We got her chemo pills and they weren't helping any. And anytime she had surgery, it would just come back again in a couple months. And so we decided to give her, and she was going blind. So we decided to give her her farewell. It was really hard. I cried a lot. I found out I was at work and I cried a lot at work. So that wasn't really fun. And then found out that the apartment that we wanted to move in was going to be an extra $200 a month. So it was going to be close to $1,600 a month just for rent and rent extra amenity fees. And neither one of us can really afford that and do some other things that we need to do. I kind of talked about it a little bit in my Let's Talk video if you watched that, where I mentioned that we're essentially moving back home with my family. And yeah, that's the gist for now. Slightly longer than the rest, but I need to go to like Sally Mae's and get like actual hair scissors and not using like craft scissors. But we're gonna not focus on the unhinged. But I did some journaling last night and I started thinking of my life in like top 10 list instead of goals, because one, it's funner, and two, it's not as nerve-wracking as like specific goals are. I feel like that's what I did last night. I will put some clips of my journaling in here for you so you can see. I think it turned out really nice. I use a lot of bits and bobs. I use some washi tape that I bought from Notebook Therapy. I use some of Inkigayo Papieres stickers, which is Heda from Muchi Bojo here on YouTube's sticker shop, and I love her stickers. I've been wanting them for so long, and at the beginning of this year, or I guess technically in December, like around my birthday, I just put it in like a big splurge order of her stickers, and I'm so happy I did that. I'm so happy I did that. And then I used some random bits and bobs from trades that I've gotten with you guys. And yeah, that's basically all I used. And then my favorite pens and highlighters, because of course. But in terms of reading, we'll get the sad thing out of the way first. I'm DNFing Iron Widow. So I'm gonna have to do a different pull pick for that option for the plus points for Realmathon. But I DNF'd it. I think if I was actually the intended audience, I would have liked it more, but it felt too much like show I'm gonna tell, or I felt too much like telling me everything, telling me that she hated people, telling me exactly how corrupt this society is, which, I mean, you can tell how corrupt and like misogynistic this society is, but like everything was too much. I'm gonna tell you exactly how you should feel about everything, instead of like being like, here's the facts. What does this look like to you? And I prefer that in my stories, the like, here's the evidence, here is everything, you tell me what you think about it. And that's the kind of like reading and storytelling I like more. So I'm deciding to DNF it. I do think if you're the target audience, maybe you'll enjoy it more, aka if you're an actual YA reader. I'm 25, I'm not the target audience anymore, but I did decide to DNF it, which I'm really sad about. But I do stand by what I was talking to my partner about it, and basically I told him that if this author ever like started a different series, because I know they have a second book coming out, but it's just the second book in this, I think it's just going to be a duology, which makes sense. But if they ever write something outside of this, I will definitely give it a chance again. Sorry, I'm pulling up the Realmathon. I should have just saved the submission form to like my Notion template or something, instead of having to go to our video every single time. But you know, we live and we learn. Because last night, the book that I was reading when Pistachio laid with me was Winnie the Pooh. I finished my reread of Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if I actually talked about it in last week's blog. I can't remember if I started picking up again before or after Diamond, because after Diamond I didn't talk in the rest of my vlog. I just kind of filmed some things, smacked it together, and gave it to you. I guess I thought about not even giving it to you guys and just letting it live in the dead archives of my phone, but I decided if I'm gonna film it, might as well put it out there. But I did finish Winnie the Pooh, and I read this last year for the first time in my life, and I loved it so much. It's one of my favorite books now, and my reread, loved it still. It's just such a good time. It's good vibes. It made me feel better. Yeah, it was good. I loved it. And then something that dawned on me while I was reading this was Tigger doesn't appear in this at all. And I was like, that's so, why is Tigger not in here? Did like Disney make up Tigger? And I was like, no, I've seen like the old drawings of Tigger, just like the old drawings of like Pooh and Eeyore and all of them in this one. And so I looked it up, and there are he wrote 3 like Winnie the Pooh books, and I did not know that. I really thought it was just the one. So yours truly will be finding those and reading those, because I feel bamboozled. And I told my partner, and he was like, you didn't know there were more books? And I was like, no, I didn't. You could have kindly informed me of that. So usually I know. So he probably just assumed I know, but this time I did not. Also, my wash machine sounds like it's about to fly off to outer space. Oh my god. But I did finish this, so it does have a red cover, at least my copy does, and that's all that matters. So we're gonna enter this into Realmathon, and I will tell you how many points I have. I don't remember how many points I have overall. Oh, I just also remembered, I don't know if I told you, but I did finish Financial Feminist in last week. And I inputted that. I think you saw like a little clip of it, but not like a big clip of it. Like, we're gonna do increasing points still, just because I don't really care. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Gosh. The even amount of letters in a title is so hard. A popcorn read, I would give this a popcorn read, so that's 3 points. A 5-star read and a book you paid for. I mean, I did pay for this. I do own it. And then we'll do cover color. So that's 10. So 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So this gives me 22 points. She gave a update on what team was winning and what team was losing for Realmathon, and I just want to say, Blood Team, Blood Realm, we gotta get it together. We gotta make it through, says the one that's also not reading like a ton of books or big books, but you know, it is what it is. But I did finish that one. What helped me decide to DNF Iron Widow, because I'm bad about DNFing books, I have a hard time doing it, was this. I decided to pick up my next read, which is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, and I love this book. I am in love with this book. It is so good. I'm officially about to start part 2. I'm 130 pages and I'm adoring this book. It is so good. Imani is one of my new fictional loves. I'm in love with her. I want to eat her food. I want to try her cooking so bad. Her daughter Emma, baby Emma, is so cute, so cute. Abuela is just so sweet and works so hard. And Abuela reminds me of my grandmother. Abuela basically took care of her own kids and then took care of her granddaughter because her mom died and her dad is not a great dad. And so like it reminds me of my grandmother because my grandmother has been taking care of me a lot when I was younger and did a lot of things and made a lot of sacrifices so both my mom and me could have the life we both have now. And so I don't know, I'm very attached to this book. I'm really liking it. I'm loving all the food descriptions. I'm on Team Abuela. I think Imani has magical powers. I know that like this is not a fantasy book, but like she has magical powers. Her food is infused with things. But going into this, I didn't know like anything. I think in my like quick rundown of the books that I gave last video, I literally said that this book is about cooking and is by Elizabeth Acevedo, who's an author that I wanted to read more of her books from. And that was all but now I know so much more and I love it so much. So basically Imani is our main character, and her freshman year of high school she got pregnant and decided to keep her baby Emma, and she is now a senior, but her passion and her love, her first love in life is cooking. She's really good at it. She knows how to like just like create things and like different combinations that most people would be like, why are you doing that? She can make taste good, and basically now she's navigating life now as both a high school senior with her friends all thinking about what college they want to go to and you know normal high school things, but she also has to think about now Emma. And you also are seeing like her dynamic with her dad, which is not great because he kind of just like, when her mom died during child labor, he just kind of like bounced and went back to Puerto Rico because she is Puerto Rican American. And so once her mom died, he just like went back to Puerto Rico and left her with her grandmother. It doesn't really say anything. He calls like once a week to check on her, but neither one of them really mention it or talk about it. And there's just so many layers to the story. And something that I love about it is like the chapters are like little vignettes, and so you get addicted. Like last night I was only supposed to read like one or two chapters and then go to bed. I ended up staying up for like an extra 2 hours, which is how I'm at part 2 now, and like just like zipping through like a whole bunch of chapters because like they're so short, and so you're like, oh well, I can do one more. But the other way that she tells the story that I think really works is that you get a chapter like current, like you're following Imani now, whether it's in school, whether it's at her job, her part-time job at the shitty basically Burger King, or whether it's at I think I said school, or whether it's like at home taking care of her daughter, trying to do her homework, spending time with Abuela, whatever it is, spending time with her friends. Like the next chapters or the chapters in between are kind of like flashbacks. So we've gotten a little bit of a flashback of like her relationship with the boy that, you know, she was dating and the reason why she has Emma, and their kind of like strained relationship, as well as you get like flashbacks from some of the times Julio, her dad, has come and he's just not been the greatest dad, and I could punch him for her, honestly. Like I don't think he's a bad dad, but he definitely needs to work on his communication skills. But yeah, I'm loving this. This is one of my favorite reads, I think, for this entire 1,000 book challenge so far, which is saying a lot because I really liked Every Heart a Doorway too. Okay, of the ones that I knew, like, not because like Sea Sparrow also, but like I already knew I was gonna love Sea Sparrow. It's a Kristen Cashore book, like it's me, I have to like it. But like Every Heart a Doorway, I wasn't sure whether I was gonna like, and I loved it. And then this one I also didn't really know. Like I said, all I knew was cooking, and I'm just eating it. Very happy about this development. Currently 2:30. I'm basically ready for work. I have sweatpants on, so I will have to put like jeans on later, but I don't feel like doing that right now. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit more journaling because I've been in a journaling mood, or I might film another sit down video because I think I want to do like a look through my journals, like how I got into journaling video, because I love journaling and I want more people. Like one of my biggest things is like I want people I feel like people should feel like they should be able to get into K-pop at any age. I want to make people, not make people, but like help people get into K-pop. What doesn't matter when. It's a fun genre of music. Like it's just music. Have fun with it. But I also want people to read and I want people to journal. I want people to journal so bad because I hated journaling for so long, and then I had to do it for my study abroad degrees, and you would think having to do it for college of all things I would grow to hate it, but it's become one of my favorite things. And I stopped journaling 2023, like last year. 2023 was basically when I was like, maybe I won't journal anymore, maybe I've grown out of it, and the only thing I could do was like think about going back to it. And so this year I'm embracing it full-heartedly. I don't really know what I want to journal because like the style of journaling that I like has kind of changed. So like this notebook that like the journaling that I did last night is in was originally going to be a bullet journal, but I just wasn't vibing with the bullet journal anymore. So I've decided to turn it into kind of like a life journal and just document fun things and goals for the year. Rachel sent me like a birthday present, and so I'm gonna keep the letter from her birthday present in here, or her birthday present to me in here, and just things of that nature. And I think I'm gonna make a movie list. I want to start watching more movies. I just watch way too much damn YouTube, which is good but bad. I need to like branch out and do other things because at sometimes I just feel like I get caught up in cycles. Anyway, that's not the point of this. So yeah, we're gonna do something and I'll update you guys. Maybe I'll read. Maybe I'll read. I miss you, mommy. But I'll update you guys later. Hi guys, it's the next day, and yesterday was very emotional and sad. So, as you guys are probably are well aware at this point, seals are my favorite animal, and I was looking at one of my favorite like seal like research groups, and they published a like free little book about their study of the Weddell seals. It's a group in, oh my god, South Antarctica, I'm pretty sure, like the South Pole area. I'm suddenly blanking. I haven't gotten that far in it. I'm only like 6%. But I'm so excited. I have not found very many books about seals or things about seals. I don't know a lot about them as a whole. I know like, kind of know how to differentiate between like the different species because there are a lot of different species. And so like this is just so exciting. I'm so happy about this. So I will be reading that now too, along with the Fire on High. I had some things come up with school yesterday that kind of just like killed my mood and distracted me yesterday. So I haven't done any reading yesterday, and I haven't really done any reading today because that energy is carrying over into today. And I'm just trying to figure something out with school. And yeah, I don't really want to talk about it right now. That's the only update right now. I found a book about seals and it was free. So literally, if you guys want the link, I will put it in the description box. So if you also want to read about seals because you love seals like me, I'll put it there so you could check it out. But I will see you guys in the next clip. So cute, pistachio.
product prep, some drawing, some office hunting. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the video. Now, let's rewind a few weeks.
Hi guys. Can you tell I was like leaning on my face? Hi. It's been a while since I've updated this vlog clip. How you doing? I'm here. I filmed a video earlier that was like an hour long, and you're gonna see that video before you'll see this vlog, so hopefully you liked it or found it interesting or something along those lines. Today, so actually let me update you. Yesterday was a long day. Yesterday was a very tiring day because yesterday I had to be up. I got off of work at 1 a.m. and then I had to take my mom to the hospital for surgery at 5:30, and so I had to pick her up around 4. So yesterday was a long day, but I finished my reread of The Little Prince. Ooh, where's my iPad? We have to add it back in. We have to add that read to my Ramathon reads. But I finished The Little Prince. It was my reread of The Little Prince. I've reread The Little Prince basically every year since I read it for the first time in 2019. So I've read it like 6 times. That is one of my all-time favorite books. It's just, I love The Little Prince. I finished my reread of The Little Prince. It's one of my favorite books of all time. And honestly, when I reread it yesterday, it just felt so good, so right. It was one of my favorite books. I mean, it's still one of my favorite books, but when I read it the other day, it just felt right. It just felt so right. Oh, this is the first one that has an even amount of letters in the title. I would consider this a popcorn read. It's just an easy, fun read. I love it. I've read it so many times. It's a book I paid for because it's one that I've had before. And it is definitely a 5-star read. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15. And then it has a person on the cover. It has the Little Prince on the cover. So wait, I said 15, right? So that's 25 points for this book for The Blood Realm. So that was that. And then today, and then the other book I started was The Shadow Between Us by Tricia Levensteller. It's at the very bottom of the stack in front of me, so I'm not about to like hold it up and show you. I'm about 35 pages into that because I got really sleepy while I was reading it, and then when I got home yesterday from taking my mom, I passed out, and I've basically been asleep except for when I woke up today to film that other video. I think I want to go to the lake today or the river today. If you watched my other vlog on my channel, I want to go to that spot again. I haven't been there since that last video and I miss it, and it's getting warmer and I want to go kind of soon. I might wake up my partner and see if he wants to come with me, but he's really tired, so he might not, and that's okay. But yeah, so I think we're gonna go to the water. I'm gonna put up the books that I took out for the video that I filmed earlier. I might film me putting that up. I might just put them up because putting up books on shelves makes the process of putting away books so much longer. I might also write while I'm out there. I have this idea for my, like, it's not good. The best way I can describe it is it will be my version of 2 of my favorite books of all time, like The Little Prince and The Tale of Despero, into one children's book that I would like to write and one day illustrate myself. I'm not a very good artist. I haven't drawn really in years, but that's something I want to start doing again. Well, I want to be a writer. I want to be an author, like a published author one day. I want to be a writer and a published author. I think you're a writer when you write consistently, and I haven't written consistently in years, so I don't consider myself a writer at the moment. And then I consider yourself a writer. I think you can consider yourself an author once you've finished writing. And I have written a many of things, but I've never finished any of them. I'll catch back in with you guys later. Oh! Oh, I picked the wrong one. I thought I accidentally like hit it off.
Hello, come with me to work. Let's give a little update. It's been a minute since I've talked to you. I think it's been like 3 days since I've talked to you. I don't think I've filmed since Saturday when we went to the lake. Maybe Sunday. I don't think I filmed on Sunday. And I know I didn't film yesterday anything. But today is Tuesday. I think I'm gonna end this vlog here soon. I'm really not sure how long this has been going on, but we are currently, oh my god, there's like 14,000 speed bumps in my neighborhood. I should have waited until we were out in the neighborhood. But yeah, I'm heading to work. Let's see, what updates do I want to give? Because there's not any reading updates, but I wanted to talk some K-pop updates. Ooh, that shake. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, first K-pop update. Purple Kiss had their comeback. It's so good. It's so good. I love Purple Kiss's comeback. The title track is BBB, but I'm calling it Bad Behavior because that's obviously what the BBB stands for, or I'm assuming what it stands for. Bad Behavior is so catchy. It's so much fun. It gives me I've Baddie vibes, but Baddie is like K-pop and BBB is more like R&B hip-hop-y kind of vibes, in my personal opinion. I'm not very good with like music genres, honestly literary genres too. I'm so bad at like picking genres for things. That is the Purple Kiss comeback. I think my favorite songs on the album so far are Bittersweet and Voyager, but all of them are really good. I like this mini album. The B-sides on this mini album are so good. I'm really proud of them. I can't wait until we get our first stage. We don't have that was really weird. My phone just like stopped recording on me. That was so disrespectful of it. But yeah, we don't have any stages yet, and I really can't wait to have some stages. And I think that's it. That's all for like Purple Kiss, at least, that I wanted to talk about. The only thing I want to talk about is, and I'm in some major like missing Luna feels. I love Luna so much. Oh my gosh, it makes me so sad that we'll never, it kind of like, I'm starting to feel about Luna the same way I'm feeling about like IZ*ONE, which is like I think Luna's become one of my old since Flip That era, when I got back into them and when I was getting back into K-pop and I was getting back into them with Flip That. But I've just been like trying to ignore it because like I think deep down I don't want to like accept it, because like I'm so sad that they had to disband because their company was absolute garbage in a bag. But like seeing all the girls like thriving and doing solo stuff, and we're getting Loose Symbols come back here soon. Artemis is having their official 5-group debut here soon, and I'm just so excited, and everything looks so good. And Eve is supposed to be having her debut soon, her solo debut soon, and I cannot wait for that. And I've been in some major Luna girly feels, and I miss my Luna girlies so much. Like, I can't explain to you how much I miss them. But yeah, I think that's all for the update. Nothing else has really been going on life-wise. Yeah. Hopefully I'll finish reading something tonight and I can update you on that. And then I think I'll wait until the end of the work week, and then I'll end this vlog, which the end of the work week is tomorrow. So then I'll end the vlog, because like I said, I don't really know how long this has been going on, and I don't really know how long the video is going to be. I haven't like compiled all my clips into my software editor yet. But yeah, that's it. That's all. And I will talk to you guys later when I have something else of more substance to say. Bye for now. So I'm really tired, but I decided after a long time of just sitting up and being up and not being able to sleep that I would talk about it. You know, something that I hate about having anxiety, that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, is the fact that you will never be able to sleep like a normal person again. I am so tired. I am so tired. I have been up since yesterday. Whenever I woke up yesterday, I think around 12 yesterday before work, and I've been up since I got off at 1. And every time I try to sleep, I just get so anxious and my heart starts racing, my mind starts racing, and I just can't sleep.
It is something that I hate about my anxiety. It's something that completely frustrates me because my body is so tired. But every time I try to sleep, my body just like has an anxiety attack. And I feel like I'm the only one that has this problem. Like, I've never seen anybody else with like anxiety ever talk about it. So I don't know. I decided to include this little clip because it's currently like 11 o'clock the next day. It's almost been a straight 24 hours since I've been up without sleeping. I'm putting this in here for anybody else that has this problem. You are not alone. We just have to struggle sometimes, but it will work. You will go to sleep. And for future me, you will be able to sleep. This is temporary. It's annoying. It sucks. You cry a lot. But your partner's here. Your kittens are here. Your babies are here. XOXO, your best self.